we're really keen to support innovation in the cane industry because we know that innovation, irrespective of what sector you're in, innovation is the future of the industry. It comes up with the new ideas, the new practices, the new technologies. And we could really see there was a burning need to have a structured approach for that going back 10 years. The really important thing is getting broad scale adoption. You can't just have a certain small proportion of the industry doing it. We need to make sure that we have as many people involved in programs, whether it's things like Project Catalyst, the BMP program and other initiatives, and show that meaningful change in practice, which will ultimately lead to the improvements of water quality that we're all after.
Water quality is important to me because my closeness to the reef, because my farm actually feeds into the estuaries, and I want to make sure that the water leaving my farm is in pristine condition. We've all got the same problem, pesticides, nutrients and all that, but to tackle our areas in fully irrigated areas, so we've got to do it differently, and to see what other areas are doing is actually good, and it gives you ideas too on your own farming practice, what you can and what you can do to help improve your existing practices, even though it's in another area.
I've been changing my farming practices for just over 10 years now. I was growing legumes, I'm now growing multi-species on those beds in the fallow period. And with that I've made some other changes to nutrient management, so I've refined my nutrient management more. One of the projects, or some of the catalyst trials quite a few years ago now were based on reducing nutrients in old ratoons, and through the information I saw in that, I do that as a general practice now. So my older ratoons that have less yield potential, I reduce the nutrient application.
Just as a casual observer watching my soil leave the paddock in a heavy rainfall event, I'm thinking that's can't be good. So how can we prevent that? Soil health is all about not only addressing production issues, because I could see that my production was declining substantially, and I'd heard that biology was a thing. Soil apparently has three main components, an elemental or chemical component, a structural component and a biological component. In my multi-species, my first attempt at it, that was the first thing that I saw, was all of a sudden there was no water running out the end of the drills in the multi-species cover crop. Yet in the control there was, I was losing water.
What we've seen with Project Catalyst is we've seen sort of some of the practices which were initially, I suppose, undertaken within the Mackay Whitsunday, we're now seeing more broadly adopted. So we've heard today about things like the use of controlled traffic and the GPS technology for that. We've seen things such as zero tillage, which we've also heard about today. Probably one of the most important ones, though, which the project has put a lot of investment into, is looking at variable rate application of fertiliser and chemicals, and that's particularly important because that's where we get the efficiency improvements. That's probably one of the most important things we can do, is get that more precise application of fertiliser, so we're matching it to crop needs.
Seeds and traits, the best chemical and non-chemical pest control, and then really managing that with digital solutions.
Product development doesn't stop at release, so you want to access the innovative growers so they can keep you up to date with challenges they're facing as end users. That's really the information that we need as we look to innovate and progress with the way that we use our products, and getting a group of like-minded growers together helps us do that. Seeing all the trial results together in one spot, people from different regions all coming together and sharing what they've learnt throughout the year, that's extremely valuable. So you might have a set of trials run in the wet tropics all the way up through the year. Someone from Mackay might never hear about it unless they come to an event like this.
To me personally, this is a really great event in that I see growers, I look around the room and I see growers from Serena talking to growers from Mossman, and I see all in between mixing, talking, exchanging ideas, having a joke, and generally building that network of those innovative growers.